Alright guys, let's get into this chest workout I did today. I started off this workout with the bench press. Now I use the bench press as a power movement, a strength movement, not what I'm going to call a bodybuilding movement, even though it does work, you know, the pecs and everything. I have this this lofty goal of being able to bench press 400 pounds again. Back in 2020, I tore my my right pec muscle, and I got lucky. I only tore the muscle. I didn't tear the tendon. But ever since then, I've never been able to get close to 400 pounds again. My all-time best bench press was 520 pounds. That was raw and drug-free. And however, I probably was about 300 plus pounds when I did do that. But that's kind of why I use this bench press as a power movement, trying to get that 400 back. So what I'll do is I'm kind of warming up here, and I do a lot of warm-up sets because it takes me a long time to warm up. And I think if you watched my back video the other day, I mentioned that. But what I'll do is on the first week, I'll do 5 reps on my last set. And then the next week, I'll do 3 reps on the next set, on the last set. The third week I'll do 2 reps on the last set, and then on the 4th week I usually do like more bodybuilding style, like go to do 10 reps. And then every week what I'm doing is I'm increasing the weight. So this is actually week 2 of this program. So the first week, last week, I did 285 for 5 reps, and the goal tonight is to do 300 for 3 reps, and then next week it would be 315 for 2 reps. So that's kind of what I'm working on today. And this is actually my my last heavy set right here. This is the 300 for 3. I will say I wasn't feeling great tonight. I probably should have took another day off. That back workout I did on Thursday really fried me, and I guess it doesn't matter. At the end of the day, I was able to hit the reps with the weight that I wanted to. Now, the next movement I did was the incline bench press. Now, I use this one purely for bodybuilding style of training, or to you know, to gain mass. I will do reps here in the 10 to 12 range, and one of the things I'm trying to work on this year is, and anybody out there who's trying to be a bodybuilder or anything, the biggest thing with the pecs is the upper pecs. I know everybody wants to have those gigantic lower pecs like Arnold, but when you have that upper pec shelf, that's very impressive on somebody like a bodybuilder. So I've been doing a lot of work on my incline. I usually stick with the barbell. However, I will do dumbbells on occasion. One of the things with my pec is sometimes if I stretch it a little bit too far, I'll get these like painful twinges in there, and it freaks me out, and I immediately stop because I do not want to tear the tendon. Tearing the muscle was good enough. But on this one too, I'll do like 1 or 2 warm-up sets, and then I'll kind of work into like maybe 2, 3, or 4 actual working sets. It just depends on how I feel and how my shoulders are feeling too. My shoulders were a little bit sore today. I did here on my, what I'm going to call my second to last working set, I did 185 for 10. This actually felt pretty good. Then when I jumped to, the goal today was to do 205 as my last set for, I was hoping to get maybe 10 to 12 reps, actually closer to 12, but I'm not going to lie. Like I said, I was really kind of struggling today. I really wasn't feeling that strong. And you'll see on my last set with 205, that 10th rep was, that was it for me. I had nothing left after that. Now, another thing that you can do too is, you know, you can use a Smith machine. I do not have one in my little gym here. All I have is a power rack. So if you do have access to a Smith machine, you can use that as well. What's nice about the Smith machine is it's on, you know, rails, and it kind of takes out. It's good and bad. It kind of takes out the bad thing is it takes out the stabilizing muscles. But you know, I'm not going to say it's easier, but it just keeps everything, you know, in the groove, which is a little bit different than a barbell. That last rep, that 10th rep, I really struggle on that one. So the last exercise of the night is I did some incline dumbbell flies. Now, I am very, very cautious when I do this movement. I've recently added this movement back into my program after I haven't done this thing in years, decades probably, until recently. Like I mentioned, I wanted to start building up my upper pecs more. So I started adding in these incline dumbbell flies. Because of my pec again, I'm very, very cautious with the stretch here. Again, I do not want to tear anything more than I've already torn. So my movements here are very cautious. I let the dumbbells come down slowly and I control them, and then I try to get as much of a stretch as I can and then bring the weights up slowly. And as I'm bringing the weights up, I am contracting my pec muscles as I'm bringing them up. And this is a really great movement to get the pecs to give it that like outer sweep, that really nice Arnold Schwarzenegger shaped pec. And like I said, I've just recently added these back into my program after probably decades. I know I stopped doing these many years ago, and like I said, just because I'm trying to get my upper pecs up a little bit, I added these back in. Now, I don't go heavy on these. You can, if you're a younger lifter, you can go heavy on these. You can do 6, 8, 10 reps on these. I like to keep the reps on these minimum 12, sometimes even as high as 15. I just like to really concentrate on the stretch here and focus on squeezing the pecs and bringing the dumbbells back up to the top. The other thing that you can do too is if you go to like a commercial gym, there are other things that you can use. You can use a cable crossover machine to do something similar to this. You can use a pec deck. Those are great. I wish I had one, but again, I just don't have the room. You can do a pec deck. It'll do the same thing as the dumbbell fly. I just come from the old school where I've really built my body up using only really barbells and dumbbells and cables over these last 30 some years. But when I did have access to a commercial gym, I did love the pec deck and use it a lot. So if you're at a commercial gym and you kind of hesitant on doing these dumbbell flies, definitely do the pec deck or the cable crossover. They'll pretty much do the same thing. And what's good is you can really get that on the pec deck and the cable crossover machine, get those really great squeeze there at the top. But anyway, so that's going to do it for this one. Really appreciate you guys watching this video. Please like, comment, and subscribe if you're enjoying these videos. If you have any questions on training, put them in the comment section below. Like I said, I'd be happy to help any way I can. Again, thank you guys so much for watching this one. I really appreciate it. Hope you guys have a great rest of your day. Take care, and I'm going to see you guys in the next video. All right, bye.